Hi friends, my name is Narasimha and I'm pursuing my BTech in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College. Today, as a part of my AIT Tech Talk videos, in the subject of Natural Language Processing, I want to explain a topic named Sentiment Analysis of Lockdown in India during COVID-19, a case study on Twitter. It is a research topic which we all are familiar in our real-time life, that is COVID, Corona. So in that pandemic situation, how the sentiment analysis of lockdown in India has been performed. It's a case study on Twitter performed by them. Let's get into the topic. First of all, introduction. The rapid increase in the use of the internet, sentiment analysis has become one of the most popular fields of natural language processing. Using sentiment analysis, the implied emotion in the text can be mined effectively for different occasions. People are using social media to receive and communicate different types of information on a massive scale during COVID-19 outburst. Mining such content to evaluate people's sentiments can play a critical role in making decisions to keep the situation under control. First of all, what is this natural language processing? We want to know. The better example in our real world is Alexa, which you all are familiar with the product. We will say that Alexa, play the music from any movie, from any of our favorite movie. It will play the music, the song from that movie. Otherwise, if you say that play music from the music, it will play the music. Otherwise, you say that music from the Alexa, music from the movie, it will play the same music. So, how the Alexa is knowing that means if you are not constructing a proper sentence, also anybody will not use a proper grammar, proper articles, proper prepositions, conjunction, or any proper parts of speech in your sentence. Then also the Alexa will respond to them in a correct manner. How? So for that, the product is being trained in a model that any proper sentence formation is not there, then also it should produce a proper output. In that way, we'll use this natural language processing. So here in our domain, using sentiment analysis is very vast popular for the people to share the views, depends on the occasions such as COVID-19, like anything like occasions being performed in real time. So now, COVID-19, a pandemic situation. So in that situation, how the sentiment analysis has been performed? The objective of this study is to mine the sentiments of Indian citizens regarding the national-wide lockdown enforced by the Indian government to reduce the rate of spreading of coronavirus. So we all are familiar with the lockdown, which have kept all of us in homes, and we have been locked in the homes like we are without jail, means without a jailer and a jail. We have been stuck to the walls of the home. So there's a pandemic situation which will not be forgotten by any of the person in India. That is a lockdown during the pandemic situation. So in these situations, how this sentiment analysis has been improved. In this work, the sentiment analysis of tweets posted by Indian citizens has been performed using NLP and machine learning classifiers. So the better choice which we take when we are stick to the walls of the home is in social media. There are a number of social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, etc., etc. There are many social media platforms to share our views and to share our views. So one of the such platforms is Twitter. So we will tweet our messages along all over India. All we tweet our messages like my situation at home hashtag and my situation at office, my work at home, and my my problems at home. All will tweet the different types of situations of them. So by combining all of these sentiments or the sentences, there the sentiment analysis has been worked. From April 5, 2020 to April 17, 2020, a total of 12,741 tweets have the keywords India lockdown are extracted. Data have been extracted from Twitter using Tweety API noted using text blob and Wader lexicons, and we proposed using the natural language toolkit provided by the Python. Different classifiers have been used to classify the data. So the main idea of our topic, the research topic, is we want to extract, we want to know the sentiment, and sentiment means the emotion of the person. So for that, while we are talking to a person, we can get the sentiment of get the emotion of a person by seeing his face, body language, gestures, and postures. But in social media, how do we can get that? With the help of keywords. So in April 5 to April 17, in the span of that days, 12,741 tweets in the Twitter have been extracted as common keyword, that is India lockdown. So this keyword we can say that all uninstalled mode. So this is a keyword extracted by the Twitter, and this is extracted by using the PP API. Now, the most likely ways of spreading COVID-19 are the following: direct contact with an infected person, contact with the droplets of virus carrier, and or direct touch of contaminated objects or surfaces with COVID-19 virus, and then rubbing the nose or touching the mouth. At this time, there are no specific vaccines or treatments for COVID-19, and this new pandemic creates fear for the world because of its estimated mortality rate of 2% of occurrence. These are the tweets done by the Indian citizens all over India in the Twitter. The steps in NLP. What are the steps in natural language? First of all, tokenization, lemmatization, stemming, POS means parts of speech tagging, NER, chunking. Which I said before, Alexa, how it can be recognized the whole sentence without saying the whole neatly structured sentence to Alexa, then also it is going to be recognized the intention of the person. How it is going to recognize the emotion or the sentiment of the person. So the work done behind means the inside of the product is this part, such as tokenization, lemmatization, stemming, etc. Once have a look at the steps of NLP, natural language processing. Review of it. Sentiment analysis from social media data is one of the highly emerging research fields. It could play a critical role in case of medical emergencies like the COVID-19 pandemic, and hence it is more crucial. Though a lot of research from various angles on sentiment classification and NLP is still in progress. Sentiment analysis is one of the prominent decision-making methods. In such a way that pandemic situation, sentiment analysis may play a crucial role in taking steps toward controlling and management the pandemic by the Indian government. So, for any person to know the sentiment of a person, that we have just said before, keywords are very important for extracting the message sentiment. So by using this sentiment analysis, what is the use? For Indian government to know the pandemic situations of the lockdown faced by the public, it will see the tweets. Means Twitter is being very useful and being used for many politicians also. So by seeing all the tweets, a person of other side can understand the situation of the person who is facing the problem in the pandemic. So by this extraction of keywords, he can gain the sentiment, the situation, emotion of a person. By this, he can understand the emotion. Methodology used: data extraction, data annotation, data pre-processing, data vectorization, training and testing. What is data extraction? Using PP API of Python for extracting the keywords from the message, whole message. Data annotation, using text block library and added tool of Python. Data pre-processing, using natural language processing toolkit, NLTK platform of Python. Data vectorization, using count vectorizer. Training and testing the data, using supervised machine learning classifiers. So first of all, we'll create a model for the output purpose. After creating the model, we will use all the methods, means we have to write a source code in a simple way. For that, we'll use NLTK, Natural Language Toolkit. By using this toolkit library, there are vast number of methods, functions to gain the required output. So after that, we want to train and test the data. For training the data, as we all have the labeled data, which is available for us as raw data, so we can use supervised machine learning classifiers techniques. We use classifiers because our main intention is to classify the data based on the intention, means the sentiment analysis, based on the sentiment analysis performed on the message of the tweets. Now, after this, we have to test the data. This is the methodology used and this is the procedure. Proposed approach: data extraction. Sentiment analysis is performed on the lockdown imposed by the Indian government from March 25, 2020 to April 14, 2020 during COVID-19. Thus, the objective specific data are not available, and hence we have prepared the dataset manually. In light of the deteriorated situation, discussions of the pandemic on social media have drastically increased since March 2020. We have extracted 12,741 tweets having the keyword India lockdown from April 5, 2022 to April 17, 2020 using TP. The researchers are saying this was data labeling. Second point. First point, data extraction, data labeling. We have generated each tweet's polarity using the text block library and VADR, which is the full form of Valence Aware Dictionary for Sentiment Reasoning Tool of the Python. Next, they have taken the intersection of text block and valid results to consolidate the polarities. Data preprocessing. The data we have collected may hold some unsought and sentimental fever words like links, Twitter specific words such as hashtags, starts with hashtag symbol, and tags that starts with at the rates, single letter words, numbers, etc. There is data pre-processing using some specific keywords, which we have said before. Like India lockdown, vectorization. The machine learning classifiers cannot take the input written in any language except numbers. Thus, before using the text data for predictive modeling, it is required to convert it into features. So the model is trained in the way that it will take only specified type of data, like only numbers, only text, or only symbols, etc. So first of all, it should convert all the tweets, messages into the convenient way of understanding. Next, the last step is training and testing the classifiers. After feature extraction of the pre-processed data set, they have passed the data to machine learning classifiers. They have used 8 classifiers such as multinomial Navier-Bayes classifier, Bernoulli Navier-Bayes, logistic regression, linear SVC, Hadabush classifier, Ridge classifier, passive aggressive classifier, and perceptron for this purpose. So all are the supervised learning classifiers used for our data. Results and analysis. What are the results getting by this model? The result analysis of all the classifiers based on accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, and receiver operating characteristic ROC curves with different grams have been discussed. Along with that, they have validated our dataset for each model with unigrams, bigrams, and trigrams using k-fold cross validation technique with k is equal to 10. KNN model like K neural networks. K decides the whole model. That is k is equal to 10. Accuracy can be evaluated using 1 and 2, which are actually equations which is one out of many metric units for evaluating classifiers. It is defined as the number of correct predictions or the total number of predictions. These are the two outcomes. Accuracy. The metrics, first of all, I want to say, what is this metrics? The measurements. If you want to say, what is the distance between the home to the school? You will say some kilometers. The kilometers he usually is the metrics for measurement of the model. If you want to say what is the mileage of your bike, you will say 50 kilometers per hour. These are metrics, kilometers per hour is using metrics. So in the same way, if you want to know the metrics with the quality of the model, we use some metrics such as accuracy. How much accuracy the model is giving. Accuracy is defined as number of product predictions by total number of predictions. This is one equation. Technically, we can understand accuracy in terms of positives and negatives as accuracy is equal to true positive plus true negatives by total number of predictions. This is the second equation. This is an accuracy with uni, bi, and trigrams. Let's have a look. Classifiers. This is of all classifiers giving how much accuracy. Based on this, you can declare your model. Furthermore, you can declare your algorithm classifier for your model. Limitations and challenges. For any model, any algorithm, any method, there are pros and cons. What are they? The most common challenge about the sentiment analysis of the written text is that we cannot neglect the importance of the process of natural languages. The accuracy and performance of the experiment are directly proportional to the granularity of the dataset, which is constructed after NLP, natural language processing, in the case of sentiment analysis. The conclusion. The whole process, we cannot neglect the natural language process because the root of the whole prediction and the experiment is dependent on natural language processing. Conclusion. I want to conclude that social media is witnessing a massive increase in the number of users per day. People prefer to share their honest opinions on social media instead of sharing with someone in person. Because if you share a message to a person, to publish the message to number of persons, it will take time. But in social media, in one click, the message will be posted to many of the users. Using the posts from Twitter, they examined the common public's aggregate reaction toward the implementation of lockdown by the Indian government during the spread of COVID-19. So, in this whole lecture, we are seeing the sentiment analysis during of the users during the COVID-19, the pandemic situation. This is a case study of Twitter, and I shared my information with you. Thank you, friends. Thanks for listening. I hope my lecture is useful for you. Thank you.